Okay, it's now May 23rd of 2015. We've made some significant progress on the tank trail. But before I start that, I kind of wanted to give you a look at the layout of the place. This is the backyard. This is my house. That's 6 Mile Road. It's a pretty major road. There's my street. It runs down past those trees to the right back into a subdivision. There's a lot of houses back there. Provides lots of kids for the bus stop on the corner to drive me crazy. So after a significant amount of work and raking, it's going to look a lot different than it did in the first video. Now this is where the staging area was last year. I've moved the table back here a little bit more. You can see that when we come in, there was the road that goes around the big tree. It goes around that big tree right there. That road just goes around behind the tree and comes out right here back into what was the staging area. Now this is the road that I was calling the windy road last year. Runs down this way and meets up with the middle road. This road is new. Now this first section of it is still got a lot of work to do, but this hill is going to be great. I'm going to get a lot of good pictures on this hill. We go up into here. This added quite a bit of roadway to the tank trail. Comes all the way back around here. Now we're at the very western edge of the battlefield now, of the lot itself. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see down there far enough. At the very far end, that's the wood pile. It's got to be a good 120 feet between here and there. And it's all tank village. So this is the part of the new road that's pretty close to being done. It's coming out pretty nice. It's got good elevation changes, curves, good terrain. The tanks should run on it really well. Come up here to this little T intersection here where I kept the vegetation in the middle, and this is looking down the middle road. Right there is where the guest house was last year. It will be this year. And there's the new staging area there. Now this goes around to the back road, and we'll take a walk up to the other end. Now this is the back road, runs all the way down to the right of the brush pile, down to where the farmhouse was last year and where it will be again this year. One of these days I'm going to do something about this big old brush pile in the middle. Anybody need some brush? Kind of windy, still got to rake this again. You can see there's still a lot of leaves embedded in the dirt that got to go. This is the back road's only gotten one raking so far, the rest has pretty much gotten two. Now another reason for this video is I wanted to mock up some stuff. Made enough progress where I think I'm ready. Wanted to check this out, and I'm not sure how well it's going to show up on the video. This is the new guard tower with 25% of the roof in place. Not sure how well this will show, but I'm using wet or dry sandpaper for shingles. I found a pretty good way to cut it. It's pretty quick, and then I just put it on course after course, just like a real roofer. I hear a bell. Let's see if we can spot him over there. Sylvester right over there. The cats are out here. You guys should know by now that I really love my cats. They're my buddies. Had 4. Honey disappeared. Now we got 3. Miss Honey, something fierce. You might remember the stone columns from last year. You might remember Sylvester. If you look at him, you can see why we call him Sylvester. He's looking for Tweety Bird. Oh, he's marking his territory. Sorry, buddy. We'll give you a little privacy there. This is a small area that I've set up for like a tank to park in or an artillery emplacement or something like that. Don't ask about the full cherry Pepsi. It's a long story. I've got a temper. This is the road that goes around the big tree. There's the big tree. We're back to the center. Okay, I'm going to set this on the tripod because another thing that's been really itching me is to get a couple of these IBU powered tanks out here and see how they run. So I'll set this down. Let me turn these on first. Radio's first, right? Alright, this radio runs the Jagdpanther. This is the Hobby King 6-channel 2.4. This radio runs the Tiger Turnigy 9X. Right now I'm running on ER9X firmware. I had tank ER9X firmware in there, but for Clark and IBU, it doesn't really provide that many advantages. If you're running RCTA boards or LMODs, it's really good, but otherwise Eric's helping me learn about the radio. There's my little signal that the IBU is receiving. This one we turn on the smoke unit first. It's got the custom smoker in it. Now this is what I was talking about, having the tower at this corner with the guard check across from it and the pole barrier that drops down. The barrier doesn't really look long enough, does it? But man, it's in scale, it's like 20 feet. That's a long pole. But this offers possibilities. Where the tanks are sitting is where the farmhouse goes. And I built a barn for this year and moved the wood pile around to give more room. I think there's going to be a pretty elaborate display at this end with the farmhouse. All right, onto the tripod we go, and we'll fire these bad boys up. Sorry this is so long, but you know, greatness takes time, right? All right, let's start with the Yog Panther. Just checking elevation. Soft is working. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear that on there. It's going to cold start. It's already got smoke coming out of it. That's thanks again to Storm and Norman. I learned so much about smoke units from that guy. Now, I don't run the Momentum. The brass gearboxes don't have any trouble turning it. Can't remember the guy's screen name. He was saying he was having trouble turning this. I guess I am having some trouble. Let's see. Spin is fine. I guess it's not going to turn out here. Turned okay in the grass the other day. I guess the narrow roads are going to make a big difference. Fire up the Tiger. Another cold start. This one's IR. The S30, or this is the 332 tank, and it's got a different hull top on it right now because it turns out I had a bad flasher unit, and once I replace it, it's en route. Once I replace that, I'll put the 332 hull back on there. Yeah, that flash unit works a lot better. I've only got it set to 1 second reload time right now because I'm not battling anybody. Yeah, much better. This tank handles like a dream. It'll turn when I tell it to. That's the IMEX Full Metal Tiger 1. I think this is one of the finest tanks out there. Paired with this IBU, it's a really good combination. This is just an excellent tank, and for the money, you know, I mean, by the time you put the IBU in it, you're at about Tamiya price. But man, I guess I'll have to buy a Tamiya so I can really compare. Okay, fellas, I'm gonna go drive around for a while, so we'll see you next time.